Good morning, everybody. Yes, this week's Cloud Chart ETF market review. We're going to look at the S&P 500 SPDR and the S&P 500 ETF. Here's the usual brief disclaimer. So today, in this weekly analysis from a Cloud Chart, Ichimoku Cloud Chart perspective, I want to look at the S&P 500 SPDR ETFs and the S&P 500 sector ETFs. So we're going to take a look at the broader market, and with the recent price movements we've had in January, we're going to see what the opportunities are. Okay. So I'm going to straight to the Pro Real-Time platform. I start with the S&P 500 SPDR ETF. Yeah, we can see the market's consolidating currently after breaking out, and from making a new high, we're pushing back to old highs, old support levels, and the cloud here is the next significant support level at 224.85, as well as 226. So we can see we are pulling back down a little bit, consolidating after a very long move, and also when we broke out of this space, we're consolidating out of that trading range. Okay, so downside risk back down to 224, first 226, and then 224, the top end of the cloud here. Then I would be looking at, do we see a rebound going back up? So I would be watching the MACD signal in and around the cloud test very closely. Okay, but it's currently consolidating with downside risk towards the top end of the cloud. Okay, so I'm going to start with the material sector. Yeah, we're also pulling back a little bit after a nice long move. We've had a MACD sell signal, then the market was somewhat sideways, then we had a nice MACD buy signal. A pop broke out past key old high resistance levels. Now we're consolidating with this new breakout, and the downside risk is back down to the top end of this breakout range. That's the downside risk that we can see if this consolidation maintains downward momentum. We've also got that old high there, which is the first port of call, first area of support where we could see the market possibly rebound. But watch these levels at 51.68 for materials, 51.06, and then a really extreme support zone here at 50.36. Okay, but watching closely, it would look like we might be starting to see a MACD sell signal coming through at some point. If so, then we might see the market push back down to the top end of the cloud here. Watching that MACD very closely in this current consolidation. But key entry points would be around the this 51.05 price action, the support zone, and then again at 50.45, and then a rebound. So if February sells off first 2-3 weeks, then we'd be nicely set for that seasonal trade from March onwards back up. But overall, the front of the cloud still showing that we have an uptrend in place. So we just buy these pullbacks on the way up. Okay. That's the real estate sector ETF. In a little bit of a spot of trouble here. We've been underperforming for quite some time now, and we're fighting for support here at the bottom top end of the cloud. It's a very thin cloud, so it's not a particularly strong support zone, so it can go either way at this level. Currently below the cloud, which is not good, that's negative. However, the front cloud is still showing that we have somewhat of an uptrend in place, so we could be looking at buying support here for a rebound later on. But support levels here at 29.99, and then the support low here at 30. So it could touch the 30 level and then rebound from there. We've had a MACD sell signal, so it's still looking like it's going to drift down. We're underperforming the S&P here. So, but downside potential to the bottom end of the cloud here at 30.14, and the next level here at 30.01. Watch the front cloud for the twist to confirm the downtrend, but currently still an uptrend in place, and we could buy these support tests and then based on the rebound. But currently we've had a MACD sell signal here, so it looks like it's still a little bit weak. Consumer discretionary here. Nice trade there, rallied up, broke past the old highs here. Now it's testing the old highs here for support. Look there, it's going to be critical to see what's going to happen this week. Are we going to see the support rebound here, or are we going to dip back into this base range, this trading range of most of January, to see if we can rebound from this range, which is pretty close to the top end of the cloud. Yeah, so there's the potential rebound from the top end of that cloud back up like that. So a bit of a healthy correction in February is much needed to consolidate this overall long move up. Okay, so watching it very closely at the 83.47 level, and then this 83.16 level, the top end of the cloud. Yeah. These are the multiple support zones. So that cluster would be interesting to trade it from a rebound. Okay. Next one. Consumer staples. Also consolidating after a move. We've had a nice buy signal on a MACD basis there. Raced ahead. Met a little bit of resistance here. Now back down at old cloud chart resistance. We have the resistance levels there. And then the all really significant resistance levels there and there. So it's pulling back, consolidating a move. Watch out for the MACD sell signal there. We're getting very close to that, but a nice entry point for a rebound would be a retest of this cloud chart support levels, yeah. So these highs here is also a key support level to watch. So it's testing those highs, and if it dips below there, we could see it rebound from this 51.78, which is slightly higher than the 51.69 zone. Okay, so we could see that rebound close to the top end of the cloud. Yeah, so that's what I'm watching for there. Okay. Energy select sector in a bit of spot of trouble here as it's fighting for support here at the bottom in the cloud. This is a fantastic place for a rebound trade. Support comes back in, look for a MACD buy signal, look what its price action is going to be this week, but it could rebound back up to the top end of the cloud. Yeah, so this is a critical, significant support level to watch. 72.72 can be a nice rebound trade zone. Front end of the cloud still indicates an uptrend in place. We have not yet seen the cloud twist to the downside, but it's consolidating here and consolidating this previous move last year. Now we're testing that support line at 72.72. It's a significant support zone, so that you could take a trade there, short-term swing trade back up to the bottom end of the top end of the cloud. But it's currently testing support at the bottom end of the cloud, so watch it for a rebound this coming week. Financial, consolidating after a tremendous strong move. Moving sideways. We had a MACD sell signal because it could have been sitting on the side in this ETF, but now it's looking for support at the top end of the cloud. So critical to watch these levels. Within the cloud, you've got these other two levels, 22 and 22.74, 22.15 to watch, and then the bottom end of the cloud, yeah, significant support area. So if we have a very weak February, we could dip into the cloud and rebound from that area. But it's a pretty thick cloud, so that gives an idea that there's a pretty significant support zone. Front end of the cloud is not yet twisted to the downside. It looks like we want to have a MACD buy signal. A MACD buy signal coinciding very well with the top end of the cloud support might be a nice entry point for the next leg up. But watch that cloud test, the top end of the cloud. Yeah, watch that level for a rebound. Healthcare also struggling to maintain support at the top end of the cloud here. Looking for a rebound. It's getting close to the bottom end of the cloud here. So it's kind of within rebound territory. Struggling with resistance of old cloud chart shadow resistance. Front end of the cloud still indicates that we have somewhat of an uptrend in place. Significant support at 69. So you could nibble on it around here for a trade back up to the top end of the cloud here resistance. So we could see a rebound as it rebounds, the healthcare sector rebounds from the top end of the cloud. Now, it is critical to watch. If it keeps dipping below the cloud, then we're going to start seeing the emergence of a downtrend. But currently, could be a possible rebound opportunity there. Industrial, very similar to financials. Strong rally, consolidation period. Tried to break out. Old highs now, testing these old highs for support. And then the top end of the cloud, yeah, significant support. So that would be a nice entry point into the sector, 62.88. And these are the bottom end of the cloud, significant support zones for Q1. So watch, these are the support levels for Q1. and the short-term trade opportunity is a rebound from the 62.84 level back up to 65, and that's the short-term trade. Watch out for that. We've had a MACD buy signal here a couple of days ago, so you could still say that this thing is within buying range. Technology. Yeah, nice little breakout, steady uptrend in place, formed a short little base, another breakout. Now we're consolidating on top of this base, and it's going to come and retest this cloud chart support level. So watch the first level of support, 49.81. The next level of support is 49.40, and then a significant support zone coming from this price action there, top end of the cloud. Yeah, I'll be watching those areas for 48, 41, around about there. First level of support to be tested. It's going to test this breakout price, and then maybe if February is a very weak month, we might drift back down to kind of retest it at the top end of the cloud. Yeah, so by that time we might have a rebound at that level. Okay, so watch out for the rebound at old highs support levels for technology. Utilities moving sideways for quite some time now. We've had a MACD sell signal, looking for a buy signal here. Support here at 48.14. You could nibble at that level as a consolidation period for the next leg up. If support fails, it's going to test the bottom end of the cloud, but it's getting pretty close to a nice entry zone, so to speak, for a possible rebound to the upside. So in all, back to the overall market, we are consolidating, testing the top end of a trading range breakout for support, and the cloud levels here give you a pretty good indication where you can take enter the ETF for a swing trade to the upside. So we need to see these levels to be clearly tested. Okay. Thanks everyone, and happy trading.